In the cold, lamplit streets of 19th century Stockholm, Sweden, lived a 12-year-old boy named Johan. His family was poor, and the winters were harsh. Back then, matches were a new and vital invention, but they were often sold in clumsy, large boxers. Johan's job was to sell these boxers door to door, but he barely made enough for a loaf of bread. He noticed that the wealthy ladies of the city complained. The big boxers were ugly. They didn't fit in their small purses, and the matches were hard to strike. Johan had an idea. He went to the printer's shop and collected their scraps, small, colorful, and stiff pieces of cardstock that were being thrown away. At home, by the light of a single candle, he carefully cut the cardstock into tiny rectangles. He glued them into small, neat boxers, no bigger than his thumb. He bought a single large, cheap box of matches, and one by one, he glued a tiny strip of sandpaper, the striker, to the side of each of his little creations. He filled each tiny box with just 20 matches. His father told him, "No one will pay for a smaller box." But Johan knew his customers. He took his new boxers to the city's finest square. When a wealthy countess stepped from her carriage, he didn't beg. He stepped forward and said, "A fine box for a fine lady. Small enough for your purse." She was charmed. The colorful, tiny box was beautiful and practical. She bought one for a coin that was worth 5 of his old, ugly boxers. Word spread through high society. It became a trend. The ladies of Stockholm didn't just want money. They wanted Johan's pretty boxers. Johan soon hired his siblings to help him cut and glue. He made an agreement with the printer for all his best scraps. Within a few years, Johan's pretty boxers were sold in shops across the city. He had turned a household item into a fashion accessory, all because he listened to his customers and wasn't afraid to sell something smaller for more. Moral? A great business doesn't just sell a product. It sells a solution.